Charles Darwin was a biologist and a philosopher. He lived from 1809 to 1882. In January 1835, on a coast in Chile, Darwin found a conch shell with small holes drilled into its surface. He brought it back to the ship HMS Beagle, and he decided to take a further look on it. When he used his microscope, he figured out that barnacles lived in the small holes on the conch shell, which was different from what Darwin had read about barnacles. All his books told him that barnacles built themselves a house, but these barnacles were different. Even though Darwin was intrigued, he decided to return to the barnacles later on. After 11 years, he finally got interested in barnacles again. The small creatures were back in his thoughts. In 1846, he finally had time to study the barnacles. Marine creatures were a huge topic in Britain because scientists thought they held secrets of life. Barnacles wasn't a very popular subject. Not much was known about them. Studying barnacles was an opportunity for Darwin. If he could classify the mysterious barnacles, he could surely make a name for himself as a biologist. He also had a lot of barnacles installed already. Darwin dissected hundreds of barnacles. He described them in minute detail and compared them to all the rest to search for affinities, similarities, and variation. All the books about barnacles said that all barnacles were hermaphrodites, but Darwin realized this wasn't the case. In 1848, Darwin was dissecting a species of barnacles called Iblacomingi, and Darwin noticed that they were all females. He had earlier seen some small parasite-like creatures that turned out to be the Comingi males, although still living a symbiotic lifestyle with the female Comingi. He looked at related species and found out that some of their females actually were hermaphrodites, but still they had the tiny males attached. This Darwin took as proof that they adapted from hermaphrodites to tiny males over a period of time. The barnacles eat by sticking out their small tentacle-like arms, grabbing plankton, dragging it in and devouring it. The blue particles you see is bioluminescent plankton reacting to the movement. Despite the barnacles' small bodies, their life, stuck on stones, has given them nature's longest penises compared to body size. For some species, this means that their penises may grow up to 9 times their own body size. All this enables them to mate, also with those who aren't their direct neighbors. Darwin's long years of studying was definitely a profitable piece of work for him. For his work on barnacles, he was rewarded with acknowledgements, memberships to more societies, and he even won the Royal Medal, which is one of the highest awards in British science. His barnacle studies also helped him refine his theory of evolution by natural selection. Before his study in barnacles, Darwin had not realized how variable individuals of the same species were. He once said, "I have been struck with the variability of every part in some slight degree of every species. When the same organ is rigorously compared in many individuals, I always find some slight variability." But there was still work to be done. His theory of natural selection was not yet finished. Now, with friends and contacts all over the world, thanks to his barnacle network, he would begin bringing more evidence together.